Alright guys, today is the day we run with Eirena, or as we all call her, the
I know that the call
Enchantress.
is coming from the realm of Pandemonium.
How did she reach it? We could barely get to it ourselves.
The prophet was a seraph. He may have hidden in Pandemonium to keep his affairs secret from the Angiris Council.
You think that he summoned Lysa?
I saw her broken body, but the prophet's magic is powerful. He once saved us all. He could have saved Lysa again. Accompany me to Pandemonium. We will find where Lysa's voice is coming from, and perhaps I will uncover the answers I seek.
Now just a quick background of her story. Eirena and a few of her sisters were put to sleep a long time ago because
Follow her
their
voice to this
master,
place.
the
I can
prophet,
hear her so clearly.
he
We must find her.
wanted to have them prepared for this time, this exact era when the evils or when the demons will be coming, and he wanted to make sure that there would be someone to help defend sanctuary because the prophet, as many of you all know, is the angel Inarius. He was the one responsible for creating this world, he and the demon Lilith. Now, what happened was he took in some girls and he trained them in magic, and that's what created these enchantresses. And the enchantresses would be more or less mages, but they have hex and other useful spells like charm that the Diablo wizard and the Diablo sorceress never had before. But that's okay, you don't really need it. You just need the elements to brutalize all the demons around you. But anyway, when these enchantresses were put to sleep, Inarius had to choose one of them, and the fact that he chose Eirena kind of pissed off some of the, well, not some of the other girls, just one of them, and that's Lysa. And that's who we're trying to find right now. I know it's a spoiler, and I'm not even sorry, but this game has been out for quite a few weeks already, and I wouldn't be the first video you've watched about this. I'm pretty sure about that. And if I am, well, lucky you. That's pretty odd, but anyway, about Lysa, I think what might have happened to her is she, well, not really jealousy, but imagine it this way. You have around more or less four sisters, and
Demons were in our midst.
your
We
dad
were
told
not
you
ready.
that you guys all had
But
to
you slept, Eirena.
sleep,
Why?
or you had to
I
stop
would have woken Reza.
your
You must
your
believe me.
studying. You just have to stop school, and you're barely out of college, and then you find out that he's secretly funding one of your sisters. I mean, not really secretly, he told the rest of you except the sister that he's trying to get to graduate. Now, if you're a sister
You
and you
must
love
find
your
Lysa.
sister,
It is not too late.
like really love her, you wouldn't mind.
Do not go.
You wouldn't mind stepping down for one of your sisters and letting her live her life to the fullest, even if it meant sacrificing your own happiness. That's what being a sister is all about. That's what family is being all about. But for some reason, Liza did not understand that. It could be attributed to the demonic corruption, or it could just be she's, I don't know, selfish. And it could also be Inarius did not really explain it thoroughly to them. But for the most part, if you notice, her other sisters seem to be quite happy with her, and it's not like they all hate her or something, which means that whatever it is that Inarius had decided to do, he had the consent of some of these girls. And the problem was, he didn't make sure that every single one of them had agreed to it, because Liza escaped. She's alive, but she didn't help when with a demonic invasion. Not like Eirena, Cormac, and even Lyndon in all his useless glory. I'm sorry if some of you guys might love Lyndon, but if any of you guys have found a pretty good use for him, please make sure to let me know in the comments below, because quite honestly, I don't really see his usefulness. Cormac, clearly he can tank, he can heal. If that's not useful, I don't know what is. And Eirena has Hex. She has Crowd Hex. She can turn a whole pack of demons into nothing more than chickens. If that's not cool enough for you, I don't know what is. Because, quite honestly, the only followers that I seem to have a use for in this game would be Cormac, of course, as he's my favorite, he's my shield, and then Eirena, because she can hex things and blind things, and, well, not really blind, but charm. Alright, hello Liza.
We have to give our
What's up?
lives for you, Eirena. What was so special about you? Chosen of the Prophet. Your sisters were willing to sacrifice their lives for you, just as the Prophet intended. But I would not play along. It merely took time for me to find a way out. I never knew, Liza. The Prophet never told me.
Of course he never did, because if the Prophet, if Inarius told Eirena that her sisters are supposed to be decoys, and that they will all die, and that demons will be killing them in their sleep, Eirena will never consent to that. She's, for lack of a better word, she's a good person. And she's very nice. She's impossibly nice, even. She wouldn't dare hurt anyone unless it's demons and she has to kill them. Demons, cultists, or traitors.
Eirena, know that you possess the greatest potential of all your sisters, and so I chose you. They gave their lives so that you could survive and fight in the most important battle to come. They did this willingly, and their sacrifice is not a burden, but a gift to you.
What do I do?
Live. Fulfill the destiny for which I trained you, and for which your sisters died.
Eirena must feel pretty weird right now. But at the very least, she doesn't really have to listen to all the voices in her head anymore.
I need
Oh,
to go back.
yeah, we need to go back. Let's do that. And to be fair to Inarius, what he said actually made sense. I mean, if somebody would sacrifice for you, the least you could do is make sure that their sacrifice is not in vain.
I always thought that Liza was as strong as any of us, perhaps even the strongest. But she decided that the sacrifice asked of her was too great. How can I blame her? In her place, I might have made the same choice.
You would not. You've always made sacrifices for the greater good.
But if the price is too costly, goodness is not enough. Perhaps there is a better way.
And she's right, there's always a choice, there's always a better way of doing something, but the deed has been done. Her sisters are dead, Inarius is prisoner, so she doesn't really have to do anything right now. Her choice at the moment would be to live on or to die. But that's gonna be impossible because I found a nice trinket for her that doesn't let her die. I'm gonna show you guys that by the next video, or maybe I'll show you guys Shen first.